Welcome to the GameChanger 00100 show. I am your host, GameChanger. All right, so people have sent it to me. More than one. I got it on the Instagram and I got it on email, but I got it. And apparently there is a Kendra G video out there that everybody's talking about. It's a young dude around Austin Holloman's age. He's a dating coach, aka Game Ninja, and him and Kendra G has some words to say. And I've seen the whole thing. This isn't going to be like the first time watch. I actually want to review this to see if it was worth going over, and it definitely was. It definitely was. So shout yourself out if you sent it to me. And I'm going to get into it now. Apologies for the late start. I actually had a lot of work to do, and yeah, and it is done now. So I am going to do this video and get on with my day. So hit that like button. Now, before we get into that, there's actually another video. And instead of for a short of the day, I'm actually going to do a 5-minute video by one Miss Courtney Michelle, where she talks again about Cooley of the No Fugazi podcast fame. And man, it's just getting worse and worse. It's the level of hatred that some people have. First of all, some of it is just jealousy, hate and fear of success, but the rest is really just hatred of seeing an interracial relationship with a white woman involved. So GD is starting off early. Greatly appreciate you. That's a symbol, not a thing. Let me see if I could view it on my phone, because it's not coming up for whatever reason. When you send in emojis and stuff, it don't show on StreamYard. So let me bring it up on the phone because I want to see what's going on. So I'm going to play this by Courtney Michelle. Then I am going to, say what's up to everybody, read the chat a bit, and then we will get into the main event. So hit that like button. Oh, dang. Why is there so many fat women in my feed? All right. Give me a second. By the way, when I say in my feed, I'm talking about my YouTube feed. I'm not talking about my dating app, because I don't do those. And trust me, I wouldn't have a bunch of fat chicks there. Well, you can't really control who inboxes you. All right. So your videos. That's what I was looking for. This video. Oh, here we go. Live. Oh, crap. All right. Well, I appreciate you nonetheless. For whatever reason, that let me bring up my own damn video. So, here, actually, I got to check on that. I'm mad. You got to make it up. Stupid commercials. I tell Bernard. 2018. Okay, actually, this will give me a good chance to look at the like buttons. All right, y'all getting those likes up. Like to see that? Like to see that? Okay, so it's a salute thing. Okay, so y'all got that. I see that now. All right, I'm going to keep this so I can see the emojis and monitor everything, especially how often y'all hit that like button. All right, greatly appreciate it. Now, on to the Courtney Michelle thing. Let me see. Actually, let me just type in her name. Okay, Courtney Michelle. Yeah, it just showed me a bunch of her past videos, and they all are about Cooley. Leave this man alone. And it's worse when it's somebody that some would say is conventionally handsome and, of course, wealthy. Being 6'4" and all that good stuff. All that jazz. All that jazz. All right. Okay, here we go.
What is good, family? This is your girl. I'm Courtney Michelle, and I am back with another video. You guys, this is going to be a pretty quick one. I just wanted to make a correlation between two different situations and how they're both being treated completely different. Now, of course, these past few weeks we have been going in on the No Fugazi podcast. David Cooley has been outed and exposed as a fraud, a liar, a scammer. It's been pretty bad as far as.
He's not exposed as any of those things. He's exposed for, okay. And I think it was 1990. Denzel Washington did one of his greatest performances ever, even though he didn't win an award for it, and that is the movie Malcolm X. In Malcolm X, he was arrested. And the judge was saying, count 13, 8 to 10 years, count 14, 8 to 10 years. He said, in his narration, he was like, listen, my crime was not committing burglaries. My crime was sleeping with white women. And the judge just kept reading, count 14, 8 to 10 years, and count 15, 8 to 10 years. That's what this is all about. That's the real crime. There's crimes and then there's real crime. His real crime was sleeping with a white woman. And that is why women like this are holding his feet to the fire as much as they possibly can.
It's everything that has come out. And then, like I said, every day it seems like it's something else. It's something else and it's something else. And if I find something else, I'm going to record it. Okay, don't worry.
I'm sure you will.
Anywho. But now there's this other story, right? If you're not familiar who Destiny is, he is a huge streamer, of course, known for his blue hair and liberal ideas. There is a huge scandal about him that came out. Check this out.
Obvious reasons, I'm not going to show you the video, but it's been floating around. It's essentially Destiny giving the Zuck Zuck 5000 to an unknown man.
Destiny was caught literally with his pants down. And
okay, so apparently there's a video about Destiny, doing what his programming tells him to do with a man, and he's not getting backlash. Let's hear some more about it.
And I guess maybe with a little something in his mouth. Whatever floats your boat, Destiny. But the reaction is not as huge.
White women floats Cooley's boat. What's your point?
As it is for David Cooley. And there's only one reason why.
Why?
You see, Destiny never, ever hid the fact that he's bisexual.
Understand, as Destiny's been pretty openly bisexual for the last couple.
Cooley never hid the fact that he was with a baby mama. He never hid that. He mentioned it on, first of all, he has a whole TikTok. And he showed receipts where he mentioned it several times on his show that he's with a baby mama. He mentioned that she was white. He didn't hide it anymore because I didn't even know that Destiny was bi. I really didn't care. But I remember seeing him on Bernard's once. And shout out to Bernard Riley. He handled that well. That's it. That's all I really knew about Destiny. So I didn't dig into his life, just like I didn't really dig into Cooley's life enough to know what they had going on in their personal thing. So both of them, if you dig, you'll find that, this person is open about it. You dig into Cooley, you find out that he's open about being with a single mother that just so happened to be white. If you dig into Destiny, he's into both genders. So it's the same thing. However, it's being treated differently. Why is that, Courtney? Let's listen.
Couple of years, he's been literally openly talking about it on podcasts dating to years ago. So I don't understand why this is a shock to some people.
Now, he's always gotten flack for it, but he never, ever shied away from who he is. And so when this comes out, it's not a big scandal. Oh, he's gay.
It's only a big scandal because people like you and O'Shea is making it a big scandal. We're just
surprised that it's on video to see on Twitter. Which I haven't seen it yet.
It's only a big
not my little precious eyes.
It's not mine either. Hit the like
but
button.
Anyways, it's there. And he's been very nonchalant about it. And even the way that he is responding to everything is different than how Cooley responded.
Mine's account from that I talked to like 3 or 4 years.
The way people are responding to him, the way people is responding to Cooley is a lot different than the way society is responding to Destiny. Well, actually, I don't know. Because, quite frankly, Destiny is somebody who I don't really pay much attention to. But I can tell that there is an over-exaggeration for what's going on with Cooley.
Years ago, ended up getting compromised, and you know, sometimes you just gotta roll with the memes. It is what it is. What do you want me to say?
I did not have sexual relations with that man. I'm just kidding. I did.
There are so many people that are not honest about who they are. And they go outside in the world, or they turn on their computer and turn on their camera.
Being dishonest about who you are is to say that you are someone and not be that person. He never said he was a person that don't sleep with thick. I'm talking thick, not like saggy thick. I'm talking like thick white chicks. He didn't say that.
And pretend to be someone that they're not. But you can only pretend for so long. You can only keep up with a lie after lie after lie for so long. You see, you start talking to people more, and people start seeing you more, and then you start saying the stories, but then the stories stop adding up. And then once people start realizing, wait a minute, that ain't making no sense, or that don't make any sense, and you said this before, then people start wondering and questioning. And then that's how you get exposed. Can't nobody expose you to something you've already exposed yourself. Shout out to Fresh. You see your backlash when you got the Chinese.
Holy crap.
No, it's just stripper or.
Holy crap. And this is not an insult to say that each of these women just so happen to be hotter than Courtney. Like, I mean, that has to go into fellas. There's a jealous girl, la, la, la. Oh, baby. That has to go into the equation. That has to go into the equation. That these women are significantly hotter than Courtney. Both Cooley's wife and this Asian broad. It's like, I'm just pointing out random guys who date interracially. Oh, no. It's not the matter that they're dating attractive women of different races than I am. Younger, hotter, sexier. I'm not going to say childless. Yeah. Ha. But I'm not going to, it's not that. It's not that, you know, the ones who are willing to date single mothers are looking for ones that are still hot. It's not a matter of that. It's a matter of they didn't tell me. What kind of crap is that?
Or escort, whatever she is, when you got her pregnant. The backlash was because you have spent years online telling people not to date OFNs and strippers, and you clown them all the time. But yet those are the ones that you date. You see, if you would have just been like 2 Chainz, yeah, we love them strippers. Yeah, we love them strippers. If you would have just did that, then you wouldn't have got that backlash, because we would have been like, oh, he said he loved them. Nothing to see.
He said that he had a girlfriend who's a single mother, and he did videos with her for millions of people to see with his real name on it. What do you mean? Why are they acting like he was hiding it? Okay. Hiding would be me behind a chess piece, and then on the side I have an OnlyFans where I am eating out overweight Mississippi women. That would be hiding. That would be hiding something that I would much rather my audience not know about. Like, yes, secretly, on OnlyFans, I just munch the carpet of overweight Mississippi women. And then I put some dirt on it. Like, that would be hiding. That would be hiding. He has a separate TikTok with millions of viewers where he's using his real name and his real beard. What? Oh, Jesus. There's a jealous girl. Somebody said you got to be well over 40. No, you just got to have a radio and appreciate good music.
See here,
But I am over
people.
40.
He said he loved them strippers. Shout out to O'Shea. He is a very, he is known to be a simp. And he's proud of it. And can't nobody say anything about him simping, because if something comes out that he bought somebody's bills, a wig and
I'm
sandals.
just tricking, but we get your point. Are you ever going to let that man hit it? Seems like this simping is going unrewarded for... Anyway.
You can't shame him because he tells you that's what he does. Shout out to the men that are honest.
Holy crap.
I appreciate you.
It is not a matter of honesty, and you know it. It is a matter of, if you're going to trick on vagina that looks like mine, so I can live vicariously through the vagina that you trick on. If you're going to be a high value man and, you know, make it rain on single mama vagina, make it be my single mama vagina. If you're going to, you know, buy expensive jewelry and you know, flew in from China, somebody, make it me. Like, it's, come on now. Okay. All right. So that's the end of that. That is the end of that. That was a long short of the day, but had to have been done. Thanks again to GD. All right. So Chris G, appreciate you. H&M, appreciate you. AE, salute to you. Anthony Williams, salute. Let's see. I already said GD. Cortez Smith, appreciate you. Michael Ross, appreciate you. Appreciate you. Patrick Saint, salute. Educated Tyrone, salute. Mr. Edward Hyde, appreciate you. I think I already said Michael Ross. And did I say Patrick Saint? If not, salute. Appreciate you. All right. So let's see what I have something to say. Courtney is overrated. I mean, you know, once again, she's following the same pattern that Chrissy has followed, that what's her name? Cynthia G has followed, you know, all of these detractors, all of these swirling, divesting, swirler type chicks. It's all the same pattern. You know, they start off as blackity black, blackity black, blackity black. And then once they realize that, you know, the facade of race loyalty is not going to guarantee you a high value black man who's loyal to the race, then they become angry and bitter, and, you know, they lash out at black men. She seems to be on the verge of that, but it's all born from the same thing. They're pro-black because they don't like they don't like interracial relationships. That's the only reason why they're pro-black. You know, nothing else in their life, and this goes to Chrissy and Sinji, nothing else in their life has shown strong contributions to pro-blackness. Like a woman who's truly pro-black would have like 7 black kids, all of which she is trying to get into Howard or Harvard. That would be a true pro-blackness. They would, you know, they're working to breed into the race. They would assure that they would maintain a black nuclear household. But not one of them does that. Chrissy don't have any damn kids. Sinji is a maybe. So basically, between 3 women, we have like 1.5 kids. Like, that's the contribution, really? Is that what you call pro-black, really? It takes 6 people to make 1.5 kids? So breeding blackness out of existence is pro-black to you. But they all start off as pro-black. What they really are, they're looking for men who are quote unquote pro-black, you know. And then when they do, they don't give O'Shea the time of day. Excuse me. I mean, they don't give the pro-black man the time of day. You know, they just say, "Oh, that's sweet. I'm glad that you're pro-black. Okay, O'Shea, what I want you to do is I want you to wait right here, and then when I don't have any more eggs, then you'll get a call from me. In the meantime, go trick in Africa or something." Like that's pretty much how the pro-black movement and everything, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, works. All right, so let's get into the main event. I hate going on this late. Hit the like button, y'all. The truest form of pro-blackness is SYSBM. SYSBM is the only movement that wants to move the group forward by creating something new. Think about it. Well, it's saving yourself isn't a group thing. You know, it's the antithesis of a group thing. I have to respectfully disagree with that. You know, because it like self is in the word. So you know, I can't say anything like that is a group thing. But if you look at it like, you know, the group being black men, yes, but black people, you know. But shout out to the SYSBM people. All right, so let me go to downloads. Oh, and speaking of, you know, women in their 40s, you know, with few kids and a limited ability to create more. Because I think Kendra G is like got like, you know, frozen eggs and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Press one in the chat room if you ever ate a frozen egg and like what the hell was that? All right, let's see. Too cool for school. Thanks for covering this story. Yeah, enough of y'all sent it to me. So appreciate you. Thanks for your contribution. This came from Black women being jealous of Black men dating out and doing better. Yeah, well, that's all they ever talk about. Like, their only concern in life is seeing, like, there's bigger things in the world. Trust me, there's bigger things in the world, but it seems like the biggest thing in the universe to these chicks is seeing an interracial relationship. Like, they hate that, you know, to a point where they'll just go scorched earth. They will destroy everything around them, including the Black community and their own children, you know, to you know, fill the void of hurt that is caused when they see an interracial relationship. And most definitely themselves. Like, whenever you see somebody, a Black woman who say, you know, like, oh yeah, well, I'll show you I can date interracially too, and then they get like the dustiest dude they can find, and then they're out at dinner or something. You know, they're out at Black Angus, and you know she's being all cute, trying to feed him and trying to make you jealous, but she picks up the tab, and then you know he gets into the passenger seat of her car and drive off. Like, it's like, okay, you really think you're hurting me with that? Okay. GC, you ever thought about writing a fiction book? Well, I read a lot of fiction. Science fiction to be precise. And the short answer is no. And it's not because I think I would be a bad writer. It's because I read those books. And I don't see myself being able to compete rightly, to be honest. If I were to write a fiction, it would be like a historical fiction, you know, like a old folk tale of some sort, You know, if you look up Staggeredly, I thought that was an interesting fictitious folk tale. I could see myself writing something like that before I write like a modern science fiction or something like Game of Thrones or anything in that regard. But yeah. That's why they created the fake divorce rates stats with black men and white women. They hate the reality, so they create fantasy of black men failing. Yeah, you know. They just hate it when black men do it. They don't have a problem with Serena or Eve. You know, like that's championed. But and notice how black men don't have a problem with it either. Like the attempts to make black men jealous is just going. It's just a failed attempt. We really don't care. It's like you do you. It's not like if Eve wasn't with. By the way, just so y'all know, I'm a lot more attracted to Eve than I am Serena Williams. That's why I'm using her. But it's not like if she wasn't with this guy, she would be with me. So it's really not, you know, a big deal. But they make it a big deal. And that's because a vagina. Hit the like button. About to spit some knowledge. She's old. I'm old. I'll never forget the first time I seen a PYT. I go over to shoot my shot. She cracks a smile at me and she said, "Hi, sir. How you doing?" I was like, holy crap. Did this chick just call me sir? Damn it. Damn it. Oh, yeah, I can't hear it? Okay. Basically, he just called her ma'am. So that's why I went into that. But yeah. All right, let me go back, do this right. And here we go. All right. That should do it.
Cincinnati, Ohio.
Cincinnati, Ohio. How old are you?
24 years old.
24. What do you do for a living?
I'm a technical recruiter, but the main things I really do is content creation. So I'm a dating coach on YouTube.
Okay, so you're a dating coach. So are you here to find somebody? Because I'm not here to help you promote.
Yes, ma'am. I'm here to find somebody. It's not for promotion.
So if you're a dating coach, I would assume you would.
Can y'all hear it now? I should be able to hear it now. Somebody press 1 for me. Somebody press it. Okay, good. All right.
You already have people, no?
It's easy to find. Yeah, it's easy to find women. Very easy to find women. It's just the type of woman I'm looking for. That's where it's kind of difficult with the lifestyle of being a content creator and filming and stuff like that.
So what do you do as a dating coach then?
What do you mean?
Exactly what I asked. What do you do as a dating coach?
I'm teaching guys how to date.
Oh, you're teaching men. You're teaching the men.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. So I'm kind of like, I done took over kind of like the, the red pill type of stuff. I'm not red pill, but I done kind of took over like the dating scene, basically.
I find it interesting, and not in a good or bad way. I just find it interesting that she automatically assumed that he was a dating coach for women. I find that fascinating. I really do. I don't, and maybe this is, I'm biased, I'm a man, but it doesn't seem like women need much coaching. You know, women just have to be, and that's pretty much it. And that's just an average woman. Like an attractive woman, she has to do far less. and unattractive women simply need to become as attractive as she can. It doesn't seem like there's really much need for coaching. I don't know.
So I'm teaching guys how to date successfully because it's easy for me in a lot of regards. But when it comes to like finding a specific type of woman that I'm looking for, when it comes to, because right now what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to build with somebody when it comes to content creation. So I'm kind of looking for somebody that's on the same page as me, like into content, filming. And that's what gets real difficult because a lot of women, they just don't understand that lifestyle. You know what I'm saying?
So I want to be clear. You're not here for promotion. You're here to truly find somebody.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So YND 24, Cincinnati, Ohio. What's your zodiac sign?
I'm a Leo.
Leo. Do you have any kids?
No.
No kids. And I'm assuming you've never been married, right?
No, I've been married.
Oh, you have been married. When did you get divorced?
2023, so a year ago. And some change.
How long was you married for?
It was
Hit the
about
like
3
button.
years, so I like to say 2.5 to 3 years running.
So you got married at what, 21?
Okay. He's 24, so he spent the lion's share. Well, not the lion's share, but he spent the Cubs' share of his adulthood married. And if you count the time that he was courting her, then it would be the lion's share. So he spent it in a plausibly monogamous relationship. So okay, here's the thing about him and his generation. They're a lot more informed than I was at that same age. So I'm not going to say that they lack wisdom or anything like that, or life experience to teach others, because again, they're a lot. Okay, first of all, at 24, the manosphere existed for the entirety of his adulthood, and really the entirety of his dating life. So he has a foundation to stand on. So I'm not going to hold his age against him at all, or at least not in this regard. So I'm going to move forward past that. He spent a large portion of his youth married, and it was recent, marriage, divorce. So that's his resume thus far.
No, I was 20.
Okay. You have no kids, correct?
No kids.
So why'd you get married so early?
I just thought it was right, at the time. You just do what you think is right.
So why'd you get divorced?
Didn't see eye to eye on some things. I like to do things my way, and she didn't. Her family was like overly involved, and I had some family members I was trying to be overly involved as well. So, it just I can't be controlled. So I was like, I don't like ultimatums and things like that. So I said, yeah, we're done with this.
I agree with him on that.
You got some.
I agree with him on that. Not the family thing, because quite frankly, they could just be ignored. And I'm pretty sure he has the insight and foresight to do that. So it's not really a matter of the family thing, but I do agree with setting the tone. If somebody's trying to control you or give you ultimatums, which is in essence what leveraging the box is, it's ultimatums and control. I do agree that then you should reconsider the relationship.
Paid questions, child. Dehande said, you still got Similac on your lips. How the hell are you going to teach someone how to date?
That's a real question?
That's a real question.
Oh, it's a rhetorical question.
Oh, man. Look, whoever that is, tell your girl to hit me up and I'll show you.
That was a crap answer. It really was. Yeah.
Tell his girl to hit you up?
Yeah, whatever girl he crushing on, he could tell her to hit me up, and I'll show him how I can teach him how to date.
Okay, so whatever girl you want, he said, send her his way.
Yeah,
and he will tell you.
And I'll show him how it's done.
Okay, all right. Well, let me get more into your business. YND 24, Cincinnati, Ohio, is a Leo, no kids, was once married, is an online creator and a dating coach. What kind of woman are you looking for?
Ooh, it's a long list. I'll say, just to start, keep it simple, I'll say submissive and cooperative. That's like the big thing.
So you're not finding that along your dating journey?
I find it in different aspects, but not exactly with what I'm looking for with what my lifestyle brings, which is different than a lot of people.
What he's talking about, hit the like button, people. Let me see. Yeah, we need some more likes. What he's talking about is I've seen it. I've seen it in the dating market. And yes, women are. I've come to theories that I shared it with people privately that I'm about to share with you publicly, show you all publicly. Women being submissive in some aspects and not others. That's them grappling with two different natures. One, the nature to conform. They're being pulled. They're trying to be submissive to both you and society. And in Black women's case, they're trying to be submissive to both you and the sisterhood. So the sisterhood is telling them one thing, and that is don't submit, don't submit, don't submit, while their nature is telling them another. And you can see that in, like, sometimes you'll find women, and I find this very often, women who are sexually submissive. However, they give pushback in other aspects of relationship. You know, like they'll show submissive actually, and that's because the sisterhood isn't there. So they're not really going to talk about the stories in the bedroom, but they won't get you a plate at an event, or they won't, oh, I don't do dishes, or they give random pushback to miscellaneous things. That's them trying to grapple with what society is telling them and what their nature is telling them. They're confused like that. Society has confused him like that, and he's going through that. And he just want what every man wants, but it's like, hey, why can't you just submit? But it's a bigger problem.
People right doing this like content stuff and filming. So yeah.
Because you want her to be submissive, cooperative, and also a business partner. Like, you want your relationship to be like, you want an internet relationship, basically.
Somewhat, yeah, somewhat. And at the very least, I'm open to different, versions. But I'll say this: she at least got to be okay with what I do. So what I found basically was, before I was a dating coach, dating was easy. Once I became one, and then I'm telling women that, and they see what I do, and then on my channel, like, I bring girls on there. That's where the problem comes in. A lot of women have a hard time separating the business aspect of what I do from real life. You get what I'm saying? So that's like the main problem.
I want to jump in because some people are saying I never claim to be a dating coach. So just FYI, I don't claim to be a dating coach. I don't claim to be a dating expert or relationship expert. I have said this 10,000 times on my show. I'm a journalist that created a dating show to allow people. Now, I've been doing my show for almost 5 years. So after talking to more than 10,000 people for 5 years, you can share data and information. I do that at times, but I don't claim to be a dating coach for those that are trying to say that's what I do. No, I give single people an opportunity to come on my platform to expose themselves to the World Wide Web of the people that follow me, and a chance for them to meet somebody. Will I give feedback at times? Absolutely. Because like I just said, you hear so much in the 5 years of hosting this show.
Everything before the word "but" is BS.
So let's be clear. Now back to you. Okay, I just wanted to add that in there.
Oh, okay.
All right. So what are your deal breakers?
Uncooperation. If you crazy, too many mental health issues.
What are some? Give me some examples of crazy girls you've run into.
Yeah, so like for me, like after I lay it down, a lot of times, like not a lot of times, but sometimes, like some of the girls, like they done popped up at my house, like unexpected. That's like crazy. Calling my mama, calling family members and stuff.
He's trying to advertise his own sexual virility.
You know what I'm saying? Like that stuff, nah, that's crazy. Can't be like that.
I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of my cousins, that's my followers, they think that you're clout chasing and just trying to promote.
Well, that's
I
obvious.
believe everybody's entitled to their opinion, and I can see why they would think that.
But that's not the truth.
No, it's not.
Okay. Should the girl look a certain way?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I'm big on, I like thick women. Like the last woman that was on here, I like how she looked, but it ain't got to be just like that. I'm kind of open. My predominant preference, I would say, is black women for sure.
Okay.
I'm curious what the woman looked like, the last woman that he's talking about, because thick also means fat, depending on the culture of the person that's saying it, and really the individual that's saying it. So I'm curious, because I hope he's not one of those dating coaches that make a roster of fat chicks, because he's not really selling things, something that's is difficult access to. So I'm curious.
About 6 feet, so it kind of don't matter most of the time, like the women's height. I do prefer natural looks though, like natural hair and stuff. It's really the main thing. Straight teeth, you got straight teeth. I love fingernails, like getting your nails done like the right way. You know what I'm saying? So I like that. That's like the main stuff.
So real quick, I'm just curious. What do you teach the men? Can you say you teach men how to date? So what are the issues that you're finding that men have when it comes to dating?
A lot of guys, I mean, a lot of guys are just down bad. I mean, they have a hard time dealing with women's like flakiness. So a lot of women, like, they cancel on dates. A lot of women just use guys for attention and, free dates. If they do go, then they don't.
Wait, are they telling me you're recording? Are you recording?
No.
Okay. All right, continue.
Yeah, and then a lot of women just have a lot of options compared to most men, not me, but a lot of men. So then it's like the women usually have a hard time,
Okay, so this I call cap on the arrogance thing that he's trying to do. And he's losing credibility for what he's trying to do in doing that. Because no, women have options compared to you, no matter how many options you think that you have. Later in this video, he's going to say, like last month being November, that he had 7 women. Even an ugly woman, even an old, ugly, crippled woman can get 7 men to smash her in a day. So keep that in mind. Like, don't listen. I don't mind you being arrogant. People say I'm arrogant, but don't. When you exaggerate on that, it makes people question all the other things you're about to say, most of which I agree with. Let's be clear. I'm critiquing him harshly, but I do agree with a lot of what he says, a lot of what this young man says. And I'm actually, and you'll see throughout the video, and this is going to be a 2-parter because it's an hour long, that I'm actually on his side.
It's this new guy popping up every day. It's a new guy, you know what I'm saying, through dating apps, through social media. So that's usually the problem that a lot of guys are dealing with. It's like they can't get a girl to be consistent with them. That's usually like the biggest issue.
Someone made a good point. Do you want the girl that you're trying to date to call you Y and D?
Nah.
Then then you should be giving me the name that you want the girl to date you by, like, because you're looking for a relationship, right?
Yeah.
So wouldn't it be? Shouldn't she call you by your name?
Okay, I'm gonna pause.
Yeah, I mean, my name is D. Like,
I'm gonna pause right here, and this is down bad, and I'm sorry, brother, and I want you to know before I really just get into this, get into you, and start to roast you a bit and tear you up a bit. Before that happens, I want you to know that I was on your side. I was on your side. And this video is now going to go a completely different direction based on what I'm about to show the audience now. What you see here is the woman that was on before him. When he says, I like them thick, like the woman that was on before, this is what he's talking about. This is his preference. This is what he is online looking for. This is what he is trying to teach you game in order to get. This is a set. Everything he said, and trust me, this is coming from someone who listened to the entirety of what he said. Like, okay, this makes sense. This makes sense. This makes a lot of sense. This makes sense. This makes a lot of sense. You know, I'm glad, and I was glad. I was like, I'm glad that young dudes are starting, are getting it at this age. And I even made correlations between him and my younger self. I did, and there were many. This is crap. Your credibility is trash. Your receipts is trash. Your everything is trash now. Listen, what you are, and this is a recent conclusion. I just looked this chick up. This is a recent conclusion. And he even said, you know, oh, I like them nails. He was crushing on her because she has her nails done. He was like, I'm a big about nails. It's like, listen, what is all this? And she got a septum ring? Like, what is all this? You're overlooking all this and looking at the nails? This is down bad. If you find yourself needing a coach to get this, to get India Singleton, you are down bad, or you live in Mississippi. This is terrible. This is terrible. If you call that brother and say, listen, and this isn't what he has, this is what he wants. This is what he wants. He's, you know, what kind of girls? I like them thick, like this shit, with their nails done. You're telling me that at the end of your lifelong quest of game and confidence, this is what's at the end of the rainbow? Are you kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me? This is a damn shame. Yeah, brother, you lost all the points. Holy crap! Oh God! Oh God! Is that velvet? Is that velvet? I gotta look away. Here, I'm gonna turn that screen off, and y'all tell me if that's velvet or not. Y'all tell me in the chat room if that's velvet or not. Hold on, let me turn this the third monitor off. Ah, dang it! Is that velvet, chat room? No, I mean the material. I mean the material. Is it velvet? This is beautiful. What is that, velvet? I am looking for my son Akeem. Wait, what is it? What's the material? Okay, I'm gonna just play some more. Hold on. Oh crap! It got worse. That's tablecloth. Oh crap, dude, you are down bad. This generation is down bad. You know, you want to know something else I was thinking? I was thinking that he's the same age, roughly the same age as Austin Holloman, but he seemed to be doing well and Austin was doing poorly. But now I know what the secret is. Now I know what the secret is. And then he said, like, oh, I have a bunch of criteria. Really? Really? It like not being fat should be like the first criteria on every man's list. Yeah. This is happening. Hold on. I'm trying to wait for the Kendra. I don't want to hear what she has to say. I'm trying to wait for the Kendra cam. Let me see. Is she gonna? Oh, dang it. Yeah. So, and this is him. This is him right after. So it's not like it was a bunch of girls before him. He was the second one, and he said, "I like the thick one right before me." You know. So yeah, there was only one that he wasn't referring to somebody else, somebody shapely. Like he wasn't. There wasn't like a slim thick chick that he was referring to. Nope. He was referring to her. Exactly. He's like one homeless man teaching another homeless man how to dumpster dive. That's what he is. He's like a homeless man teaching another homeless man how to dumpster dive. He's like, nah, if you really want some good garbage, you need to go to the Chinese food place. Man, I'm telling you, with all the preservatives, the stuff don't go spoiled in the trash, and it got so much MSG that it keeps the maggots off the meat. You need to get some of that good Chinese food. They never put a lock on their dumpster. That's the type of coaching he's given. Dude, all the points. And trust me, I was about to give you a glaring review. But then something told me, I was like, let me look up what his definition of thick is. It was something ominous about the way he said the word thick. It was something, that's the word, right? Ominous. There was something ominous about the way he said the word thick. I'm like, let me just look that up. Oh crap. I was playing the other screen. My bad. Gotta get right. Yeah, I hate to have to do it to this young brother, but it has to be done. Or else I'll be doing a disservice to all the other game dudes that I roasted. All right.
With women being flaky.
Yeah.
So I just want to know a lesson. How do you teach them what is your method of fixing that for these guys?
A lot of guys, so it's two things. A lot of guys, the women are flaky because they're not direct and concise with what they want from the girl, like what they're actually looking for. So that's number one. I try to teach guys to be more direct and concise.
The reason why women are flaky is because they're not fat and they have options. Of course, fat women are going to be less flaky, except dandruff. All fat women have dandruff.
With their plans and what they're actually looking for with that woman. And then the other thing is,
okay, I'm seeing the student in a completely different light. What he's saying now is women are flaky because guys are dishonest. Really? So being honest is what's going to make them call you on time. A1, shout out to Town Biz, saying GC still going in on fat women. A1 is better than going in fat women. Yeah, huh.
Just playing a numbers game more. Like a lot of guys are lazy, you know what I'm saying? So they just want to approach like 5 girls.
Please don't tell me that this dude is walking up to dozens of fat girls hoping to fuck one. Please tell me that this dude is not going up to like the dirty dozen hoping to smash one, and then when he does, he's like, yeah, I got one. Holy crap. Holy crap. This dude just go to Baskin Robbins in the wintertime looking for biggins, hollering at as many as he can. And that's game. I don't know if you're being sarcastic, but no, it's not. Not in my opinion. And I really think that's black man's problem. If what you're saying, if you actually believe these words, that is the crux. That is the epitome of what's wrong with black men. There are a lot of things better than being sexless. And one is having sex with a woman you're not sexually attracted to. Nope, all men are not like that. All men are not like that from a cultural standpoint. White guys, Asian guys, they curb overweight women all the damn time. All the damn time. It's black men that don't. Y'all ever heard of a pig party? A pig party is where a white dude, a white fraternity typically, they invite the ugliest, fattest women that they can find, typically white women, to a party with the sole purpose and intent to make fun of them. Now, I doubt that they do something like that anymore with this whole PC culture and everything, but they don't play that crap. You think Al Bundy would do something like that? Al Bundy made his career, shout out to Polk High. Al Bundy made his career every day. Every day he got home from work, he talked shit about a fat bitch. Every day. What are you talking about? They are completely different. They are completely different.
And then when one flake, they want to kind of complain about it. You know what I'm saying? When really you got to, no matter who you are, you got to talk to a lot more women than that. You know what I'm saying? To really get something set. So teaching guys to play the numbers game, getting over their fear of rejection, just going out here shooting their shot a lot, just teaching them how to build confidence, stuff like that. And then the other.
Now, I was going to say this before I seen what old girl looked like, but the numbers game is trash. You're basically just inflating the egos of many for the possibility of one. You're not doing yourself and the men in society at large a favor by doing that. And really playing the numbers game don't really require much advice because it's a numbers game. It's a yield game. Like if I had a basketball coach who told me to just take a lot of shots and some of them are going to go in, that's not really a good coach. That's not. A good coach would tell you how to shoot to increase the percentage of shots that you make.
Side is being more concise with your words. Like I'm big on having a good mouthpiece and stuff like this, articulation.
Holy crap.
Okay, got you. All right. So the last question I have for you was, should she look a certain way? Should she make a certain amount of money?
Nah, she just gotta have something going on. I don't a lot of guys, they'll be like, I don't care what women is doing. I do. You gotta have something going on, you know what I'm saying, in your life. Like you gotta have some sort of education or working some sort of job, some sort of goals. I don't really care how much you actually making because I already make enough as is, and we can grow and build from that. But you got to be doing something. That's a red flag. You ain't got nothing going on.
Okay. Could she have kids?
For a relationship?
That's what you're looking for, right?
Okay, I'll just make it sure because I can dibble and dabble, but nah, no kids.
So are you saying that you would date a girl that has kids, but you wouldn't you wouldn't grow into a relationship?
Yeah.
Okay. So what are you looking for? Are you looking to date or are you looking for a relationship?
No, I'm here because I'm looking for. I already date. I got a date after this. I'm looking for a relationship. That's why.
You're going on a date after you're done talking to me?
Yeah.
So you're trying to recruit more women to date.
Yeah, because like I told you, the biggest problem that I get now that I'm a content creator and I've been doing this for a year, the biggest problem is when I tell women this and they see it, so they start playing games, like they try to like outmaneuver me or something because I'm a dating coach, or they feel weird because some of my content I bring women on there and they have a hard time separating, you see what I'm saying, like the business from what's real. Like they think I actually want those girls because of that, or they just think too deep about everything. That's what I'm saying.
So the girl you're going on a date with, is this gonna be the first date or have you been on a date before?
This is the first date.
This is the first date. So you're preparing, so you want to find another girl just in case she decides she can't handle you.
Yeah, you gotta play the numbers game. Well, I'll be boo-boo the fool if I just went out with one.
Okay, he's doing the whole quantity over quality thing. And when I hear dating coach, I should have picked up on that earlier when I first seen it, because it's not enough attractive women that I see in a day to play a yield game. Meaning that he said 5 a day. Now, maybe it's because I work from home, but I haven't seen 5 attractive women today. Like, I haven't seen 5 women that, and not to say I'm super picky or anything. I just haven't, Once again, I work from home. Like, I haven't gotten out much today. So I really just assumed that he went places. Like he's one of those people that's constantly at places, at events and things like that, which is what young people do. But now it's like, yeah, if you talk to any woman, then that's how you play the yield game. That's holy crap.
Do you think women should date like this?
Absolutely.
Okay, fair enough. All right, let's do the Kendra cam.
What that is, I'm sorry.
That's when you stand up and we see your full body.
Okay.
They're telling me that you're streaming. You say you're not streaming right now?
I'm not streaming nothing. Kendra, this is my first time ever being here.
Okay, all right. Okay, I gotta take, they're telling me you're streaming, but I'm gonna take your word.
I'm not streaming.
So D24, what's the age range you want to date?
I'll say 18 to 35.
Well, you gotta say 21 is the youngest you could be on my show and say. Okay,
I got you. 21.
That's some hater crap. That's some hater crap to say 20. What do you got against 18, 19, and 20-year-olds?
35.
21 to 35. All right, when was your last relationship?
The marriage, so 2023, June.
Okay. You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
What's today? Saturday. Thursday.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So did you spend the whole day with her, or you just had sex with her?
The latter.
So, and if she's not the girl you're going on a date with tonight?
Nah, the girl I'm going on a date with tonight is the first day. I just met her.
So what's wrong with the girl you had sex with on Thanksgiving?
Nothing wrong with her. She just got to go through the vetting process. I mean, it's just the beginning. That was the first time.
What could your vetting process possibly consist of when you deal with that? See, this would be the part where I started agreeing with him, but I can't get the fact that you fantasize about grotesquely overweight women and you give them a compliment of thick. What vetting process? The first thing that you vet is her size. Right there is a clear indicator of diet and discipline. Like, what do you think you're going to find out about her that's worse than being fat? How do you smash like an overweight woman for months and then say, "Oh yeah, she didn't pass the vetting process"? What the hell? Like, kind of like if you want to be a Navy SEAL, you can't be blind. And they don't let blind people attempt to go through Navy SEAL training. And then after that person fails, like the sniper exam, they don't say, "Oh, well, you didn't pass the vetting process." No, it's an instant rejection. Just like a midget. Just like a midget going to the NBA. It's an instant rejection. You have been rejected immediately. They don't put you through the vetting process. If I went to the NBA right now, if I just walk to the Warriors and say, "Hey, yes, I want in," and say, "If you don't take your 6'0" ass home," that's the vetting process. It's like that time I applied to Harvard and they sent me a letter saying, "Nigga, what?" That's the vetting process.
The dating coach. So this is how you're telling men how to date.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah, you got to play the numbers game. I would tell women the same thing.
I would just ask this: if you, how are you ever gonna be focused, give a person enough time to see if they're worth your attention? Because I feel like with this type of dating, if you always feel like right now you have a date after the show, you haven't even met, you haven't.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So he wants to talk. Okay. You see, you want to say stuff. I think y'all just like pissing me off. We all skin with the lights off. No, it's no. Some people got more skin than others. Stop acting like you don't feel fat. Stop acting like you when the lights turn off, they feel slim or something like that. Like you just forget the fat because it's dark. No, it don't work like that. You can forget old when somebody is dark. Maybe I got a feeling that the skin is all slimy and stuff and smell like vinegar. But you cannot forget fat. You could touch it. You can even hear it. You can even hear it because they breathe a lot more. So no, you can't forget it. And you know something? They're never the right temperature. They're never the temperature that everybody else is. Everybody else be in the house freezing and they standing by the air conditioning. Like that's them. Every aspect of their being is worse. You ever go to a cemetery? This is real talk. You ever go to a cemetery, and you see two headstones that are, it's like one in the middle and then it's two that's far from the one in the middle? That's because it took more space to bury a fat person. That's exactly what that is. They're not in a regular size coffin. They're in that double wide. They are in a fat coffin and it spreads like a gap tooth. It spreads. You got one headstone because they're inching into the next person's grave, because so the next person can't rest in peace, especially if you are buried. Oh my gosh, I hope I'm not buried between two fat people. That's terrible. To spend 100 years buried to two fat bitches, because it's bad. Like if it happens on an airplane. This is worse. Because you can't tell the stewardess.
Go on this date yet, but you're already preparing yourself to meet somebody after her. So it's like, to me, it seems like you're gonna forever, if one girl does something that you don't like, you're just gonna move on to the next. And I think long-term relationships that I have talked to, they stick around and they go through shit together. It's not always sweet. All the people that you see married in long-term relationships is them sticking around when the going gets tough. And to me, it seems like.
Okay, she talking crazy. Here, I'm gonna go back. But y'all wilding in the chat room. It says big bitches obviously have a market for them. Men have strange tastes. Yes, it's called desperate. They have a market for it the way prisoners have a market for prison food. Or the way the prison food industry has a market for that. Like, is something that people eat when they have to. Are people like you that say stuff like is better than no, that was untitled. That says better than nothing. That's your vagina. That is your vagina. Your vagina is better than nothing. Listen, if your slogan for any commodity is better than nothing, then you have a crap commodity. If there was a car, if Toyota said, instead of saying, I love what you do for me, Toyota, if they said it's better than nothing, then that means it's a crap car. If you buy clothes and they say it's better than being naked, that means it's a crap clothing line. If you buy a soda and they say just for the taste of it, Diet Coke, but their slogan is it's better than no soda, then it is crap soda. Anything that has the label of better than nothing means it is the absolute crap. It means that they are a 1 and it's better than 0. That's what they're saying. It's crap. Okay. No. If you don't stay in your lane, you just as soon not drive. If your lane is complete and total crap, and you feel yourself to be above this lane, then you just as soon not drive. Find a country or a place in the world where there's a better lane for you. That's what you do. It's a problem with black men, that thinking.
Or if one girl does something that
Ever notice that women don't stay in their lane? Ever notice that? Ever notice that nobody ever tells black women to stay in a fucking lane? Black women will be single. Who's telling Kendra G to stay? Kendra G. Who's telling Kendra G to stay in her lane? She's been single since the Obama administration. Nobody ever tells her to stay in her lane. Why? Because she understands what everybody else but black men understands, and that is it's better to be single than to settle.
you don't like, you're just going to move on to the next. And I think long-term relationships that I have talked to, they stick around and they go through shit together. It's not always sweet. All the people that you see married in long-term relationships is them sticking around when the going gets tough. And to me, it seems like for you, you're not trying to stick around with anything. Like you was with a girl on Thursday, you got a new date 2 days later, and now you're on the worldwide dating show looking for more women to put in queue. So I don't think if somebody wants something serious, you would be the guy to date because you're already proven that you're going to keep it moving before you even meet her.
No, I disagree. I just got a different vetting process than most of the population.
But you're not,
that's for damn sure.
But you're not even giving a woman a week of your attention, right? You're not giving, which is short in itself. But if you're not willing to give one woman a certain amount of time of your undivided attention, and you're just, I can see if you didn't like this person, and that's one thing, right? But to me, your pattern shows that as soon as a woman does.
Why is she trying to convince this nigga on monogamy?
Something that you don't like, you're just gonna move on to another woman.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
If a woman wanted something, I think my observation, if a woman wants to date and just nothing serious, you're the guy for her. Date, have a good time. I think you're attractive. But if she wants something serious, you're not the guy.
No, I disagree. I'm both guys. And I
Oh, she said that she thinks that he's attractive. Okay, so that actually explains a lot. I probably missed that the first time I watched it. In fact, I know I did. But that explains a lot because she did seem like she is spending like a abnormal amount of time trying to convince him to get on a blue pill plantation. You know, she's trying to sell him on a concept, and I was like, why is she so vested? Because this is an hour and a half, and typically, like, her last one was only like 15 minutes. So I was wondering why she spent so much time on it. I thought that because he was generating super chats from detractors, but apparently she finds him physically attractive. And women, when they find you physically attractive, they're going to care about your lifestyle more because they don't want people like you doing something other than what they want you to do with their looks, which is how we know that Courtney Michelle finds Cooley attractive, because those are the ones that they pounce on when they step out of line. You know, it's one thing if a broke Sam's from Lean On Me. It's one thing if he stepped out of line. It's one thing if Screech from Saved by the Bell steps out of line. But, you know, when Michael B. Jordan is on that yacht in Spain with a Spanish woman, oh no, you know, that's what it's really about.
Tell you why. So one, so for me, this is how I move. I'll just tell you straight up. Women have to earn the right for me to even care about being, like, you know, compassionate outside of normal human decency. So I'll treat anybody with respect, right?
I actually agree.
But for you to get to a place to where you can do something to me that's actually messing up my life or my livelihood, and it's a riff or like a bump in the road, and then I'm like, okay, we're gonna work through this. That ain't coming in the first 2-3 months. The first 3 months, that's a probationary period. Just like,
okay. When I heard this video, if I had not have seen what his type is, I would be agreeing with this part right now. He done messed himself up. He man.
Like a job. I run my stuff just like I do with my job with recruiting and sales. First 90 days, if there's any issues in that, you're gone. I only deal with girls. It got to be 100% cooperation from the jump. If it ain't that, then you gone.
Well, you date like you're the prize.
This is a black woman's worst fear, is a black man who values himself. And now she's going to try to humble him. You date like you're the prize. First of all, no, you don't, because she's fat. But secondly, there is no second after that, actually. Well, secondly, this is to Kendra G. It's like, do you have something against a man that values himself and has criteria for women as women have criteria for men?
That's like a abstract concept. People can argue.
Because let me say this too. You also, okay, it's one thing if you're dating this way, but I don't know, you tell me if I'm wrong or not. Do you require these women to have sex with you during this non-committed relationship process?
Absolutely. Yeah, of course. They wouldn't even be around for 90 days if they don't do that.
That's stupid. This is really dumb. Any girl that does that with you is stupid. She's going to agree to have sex with you. So that means she's basically auditioning. That's dumb. I mean, it's dumb because the whole point is this. And men say it time and time again. Whenever a woman comes on my show, and here's the deal. I have conversations with husbands, and then I have conversations with...
See, the thing about this is it's easy to talk that big willy stuff when you're significantly... Kendra G said you're handsome too. So in addition to being fit, you're handsome. So of course women are going to be more willing to submit to a deal like that where you're significantly more handsome than she is pretty. That's not really an achievement at that point. It's kind of like overpaying somebody and see how cooperative they are. You know, like if you pay a waitress, $250K a year and plus tips, and you're like, you see, she's a great waitress now. Look at how cooperative this waitress is. It's like, really? Well, they're submitting to a better deal.
With men like you, and there's no judgment. But what
Mhm.
I've come to terms is husbands, they value their wives. They look at their wives as, and I'm thinking of like 5 different men who have been married. And of course, life ain't perfect. So they go on through things, but they look at their wives as a piece of their life that if she left, they couldn't imagine, right?
You should never look at someone like this. I mean, it's a woman's job to make you feel that way. But once she senses that you can't live without her, that's when she has you, and the power dynamic of the relationship change. Well, of course, Kendra is because she finds him attractive. Like they really try to alter the mindset of men that they find attractive. Telling him what he should do. You should do whatever the fuck you want to do. Except fat bitches.
Right? They're like, she fits a puzzle that no other woman can fit in their lives. Then there's men like you, who I think you aesthetically have the attractiveness. You tall, you have the height in your favor, who date as in, you got to be the woman to catch me. You got to lock me down. You just said if the girl's not your girl and she's not having sex with you, why would a girl have sex with you if she's not your girl? Like, that should be a requirement off the jump if she wants a relationship.
Well, one, I'll say this: they do it all the time, and then the second thing I'll say is that most of the dudes you probably thinking about is weak men. So I don't know no man.
Pause. These are very successful men that also. I'm happy you said that. They're actually very successful. A lot of them have a lot of money, and that's one of the reasons. Hold on, pause. That's one of the reasons why they don't, because they have so much to lose. See, a lot of you guys don't got shit to lose, so that's why you be around here with so many different women, because you're not worried about.
Okay. Somebody say he's not tall. LOL. He's the same height as me, and I'm not tall. I am tall to women who are attracted to me. 6 foot, because it has a 6 in front of it. I think AM1 is AM1. You like 6'1", 6'2"? Are you my height? I don't know, but standing next to you, I think we were the same, but I got hair. Yeah, made me a little bit taller. But what was I saying? Oh, when a woman is attracted to you physically, 6 foot might as well be 7. It's just like, okay, he's tall. He's they up talk all of your features. But like if you're 6'5" and they're not attracted to you, it's like, I don't care if I don't care if you're 6'5" and shit like that. Or in Cooley's case, 6'4".
Losing your business or losing your reputation. These are men that have way more money than you. Not trying to be funny, but you call them weak. So let me just break them down. They have way too much to lose to be sleeping with.
She said they got way more money than you.
Different women every single night that can come back and.
The fuck they don't. She's talking crazy. They got way too much to lose to be sleeping with different women every night. They got way too much to lose to fucking get married. Now she's in full sisterhood mode. She is in full sisterhood mode. She is ultra instinct sisterhood now. Of course she's trying to humble him. Trust me, as a person who is perceived to be arrogant, I know a humbling bitch when I see one. It's like they have way more money than you. I don't care.
Blow up their whole entire shop. So I mean, listen, if you're the one thing that's in your favor is you're honest. So I respect that. Any woman that signs up with you knows what she's getting into. But these are not weak men. They're actually very strong, successful men that have a lot of money in the bank.
Well, I don't, and Kendra, I say this respectfully. I enjoy this dialogue, by the way. So same respect you giving me, I'm giving it to you. I don't care how much money they make. So money don't make a man, strong or weak. So it's more about the mindset. So I'm saying the fact that you saying that the way that they would talk about their women is they can't live without them, like it's some sort of Michael Bolton thing.
Once again, I agreed with this dude until I seen the fat chick. I agreed with this dude. I was like 100% down on what he was saying, like what he said right here.
Something that they living out every day. That
And you know, it doesn't make it less true, but there's some other things that's going to hold a lot less weight that's going to come up in the future, and perhaps I'm going to have to make this a part 2. So I'm only going to be here for 35 more minutes, and we have what 42 minutes of. So yeah, there's going to be a part 2.
ain't that's not what a man would do. See, I know I could live without any woman. You see what I'm saying? So that's the problem for me. Just hearing that, I don't care how much money they make. That don't to me that little rhetoric of like you make a certain amount of money. Like I'm a 6-figure earner. I've been making 6 figures since I was 21. That doesn't validate me or make me feel any better. That's just what.
That's very good because I wasn't. Now I know 6 figures isn't the same as it was when I was 21, but nevertheless, it's still impressive. It's still impressive. I did make a bit more than others in my age group, but not that much more.
I make. You see what I'm saying?
Listen, at the end of the day, I respect your viewpoint, and like and I stand by what I said earlier. Husbands, that's how they talk. Men like you, who don't. I mean, you was once married. I don't know what happened in your marriage, but we could go further. You said your piece.
Well, I think that shows that I'm willing to marry. You know what I'm saying? So I
think the biggest thing that you expect a woman to have sex with you, knowing that you're dating other women and knowing that she's not your girlfriend. To me, that's where it'd be different if you're like, I'll date a woman who's like, I'm not gonna have sex with you if you sleep with other women, but you're like, you won't even date that woman.
Well, women only do that when they don't like you. So like you saying all of this, but in the real life world, like when you go out with a girl, women will ditch everything that they think as soon as they meet guys that they actually like. Okay, and all the women in the chat.
Okay, what he's saying is somewhat true, and this I can't get over what his type is. Because it's not actual cooperation. It's just surrendering to a superior deal. Listen, if you are extraordinarily more handsome than a woman is pretty, then of course she's going to drop the draw sooner. It's not mouthpiece at that point. It's not anything about you other than your physical appearance being far greater than hers. But try to find a woman who is prettier than you are handsome, and see if you could get her to follow that same rules. In fact, I think that's why you're here, to be perfectly honest. I think that's why you're here. I think that, you know, you've had a lot of big girls, and you're looking for something that's actually hard to achieve. An attractive woman who is submissive as well.
They know it's true. They go out with guys and they'll lose all the rhetoric that they watch, because when they meet a guy that they actually like, not only do they do it because they don't want him to leave, but they themselves want to do it. You know, so the one thing that I always tell guys is how much women enjoy doing the do just like men. So women do this all the time. It don't matter what you're saying. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just saying, like, they doing it. So I ain't got to worry about no girl not doing it.
Let me see if we're still echoing. We have an echo, so I'll continue with you. Yes, I don't know what's happened. You said you're not recording? Why do we have an echo? Oh, hello?
I don't know why it's doing that. I'm not recording nothing. I don't even stream. I don't stream. Okay. So yeah.
All right. We have so many paid questions. I will say this. I will give you that. You're absolutely right. And women got it, just like I was telling, like him. Women need to stop doing that. Stop throwing out your standards for the guy that got a big penis or a lot of money.
What the hell?
Because what happens is men are not going to take you serious when you come with your standards for.
Well, those are standards. Okay, now she's just flustered and she's just talking. She's flailing now.
Them, because there is truth to that part. I would definitely give you that. All right, we got a lot of paid questions. I want to continue with you, but do you want the paid questions for you?
Absolutely. And I just want to say one thing on what you just said, real quick. I can you hear me clearly?
I can.
I totally disagree with the part that women should not do that. I think women should do that. I don't think there's nothing wrong with it. And I actually think
hold on, you think a woman should agree to have sex with a man knowing that he's having sex with other women?
Yeah, because they having sex with other guys.
So a woman should agree to potentially get an STD or get pregnant by a man who's not her man, even though he's having sex with other women. You think a woman should agree to that?
So no, but let me add this in there real quick. Sex does not automatically, and I was just having this conversation today. Sex does not automatically equate to a pregnancy, to a STI. It's not that difficult to get somebody tested. It's not that.
Wear condoms every time you have sex.
Yeah, absolutely. That's part of my program. Yeah. Nah.
Once again, I agree with him on that. The condom thing, yeah. I keep them on. I keep a box, but yeah. Now she's trying to use scare tactics and like, oh no, you should be sexually responsible and blah 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 blah. All that equates to is that they should leverage niggas like this more.
Yeah, got to.
Well, I would say this. There's something called oxytocin. And when a lot of times, like you said earlier, this is why women have to be more careful on who they give their vagina to. Because you said earlier, you have crazy girls. And I'm assuming I don't know, you tell me if I'm wrong. Are these women you once had sex with?
Yeah.
Okay. So when a woman has sex, oxytocin is released. And it usually makes her like the man more. And sometimes the opposite happens for the guy. He's been working so hard. He's being the guy because he hasn't gotten your vagina yet. So as you get more connected, the goal that he had switches off. So now it transfers. The woman is like, oh, I really want you. I really want you because it's the oxytocin that got released during sex. And you, because you kind of already hit it, may not be as interested. So
this is just female tactic to create sexual value through sexual scarcity. This is bitch babble for saying, don't give it up too much, or else it loses value. That's Black women's mating strategy, is to create value through scarcity. Don't overspend in the marketplace, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. That's all she's doing. It's oxytocin. Shut the fuck up with this pseudoscience bullshit.
So it's not in the woman's favor. No, you can look this up about oxytocin. It's not in a woman's favor if she wants a serious relationship to create a soul tie with a man that she might not be able to have a serious relationship with. Now, be clear. I'm talking about serious relationship. If a woman is just wants to have fun and that's what she wants, don't really want nothing more, then okay, that makes sense. But I don't think a woman should agree to knowingly have sex with a man that is telling her, oh yeah, I'm sleeping with other women too, and she should be okay with that.
Okay, so I disagree with the whole thing. I would call that societal programming, like that whole pair bonding, oxytocin and oxytocin, all that stuff. I don't care how many bodies a woman got. That means nothing to me. So, because you can pair bond and be connected. There's people right now that got 30, 40 bodies. They in long-term relationships. There's people that got 2 or 3, and she can't keep a man to save her life. You see what I'm saying? So, to me, there's no consistency there to say that sleeping with anybody is going to make.
Well, oxytocin is like a price gouge, and it's more like a monopoly that they're trying to do. They're basically saying don't shock the market. Okay. Zales, right? Zales was the primary benefactor of blood diamonds. So what do? Basically, if they put all of the diamonds that they have in their vaults, in their African vaults, on the market right now, diamonds would be the cost of gravel. It would be at the price of gravel. So to keep the price of diamonds high, they only parcel out a little bit every year. And they've been doing this for quite some time. So people could ooh, diamonds, but really it's like vaults and vaults and vaults of it. So it's the same thing. They're creating false scarcity.
Make you better or worse when it comes to pairing with somebody.
No. I'm talking about when we said the woman went crazy. I'm telling you why she went crazy. That's
No,
what
they
I'm
was
saying.
just they was just
Hold on.
crazy.
No, it's a scientific fact. You can look it up. That's why women get more emotionally connected.
Stop it. Y'all STD testing niggas, stop it. Y'all barely wait long enough for the condom wrapper to come off. Just stop it. Listen, you know, when the mood hits, y'all don't say, okay, just give it a couple of days. I want you to go to Quest Diagnostic, get a blood test, and then come back and suck my dick. Get out of here. The fuck out of here. Get out. I respectfully disagree. Come on. Here, I read it. This is why when I'm in the States, I require recent STDs tests. Come on. I call cap. Listen. I put my penis rawly in mouths. I don't like that I do it, but I do it. I use condoms for the vag, and I'm raw in the mouth. And I've been burned more than once. And that's just part of putting my dick in mouths. That's you put it in enough mouths, you're gonna get burned. Like that's just what it is. It's no fun, but damn it, that's what am I waiting on an STI? Hell nah. Do you know how many mouths I put my penis in and I didn't know her name, yet alone get an STD test? The hell, y'all is? Come on now, really? Tell you what I do. Every now and again, I card a bitch. I was talking to Bernard about that about 6 months ago. Had to card a bitch. She got insulted. She got insulted and blocked me. But guess what? 15 to get you 20. So fuck that. But that's the only paperwork I demand when the mood hits. But everything else y'all talking about.
Connected after they have sex. You can look this up. I'm not making this up.
No, I know where you're getting
you
from.
can just understand why some women, as you're saying, goes crazy after sex. Now, I'm assuming you don't mind if she's sleeping with other men.
Of course not.
Okay, fair enough. Let's get to some of the paid questions because there's a lot of them. There's so many. I don't know if I can read them all. I'll try. SEA said, well, no, I think it depends on the type of woman you're dealing with. I think your pool is attracting your kind. So, okay. Kendra, he's recording. He's recording. Go back and watch.
I'm not recording anything, Kendra. You're going to see this. I ain't recording nothing.
Okay. Emotional Cancer said, let's hear from his ex-wife. This is a to me red pill.
Me and her, we still in contact. We saw each other not that long ago. So she'll have sex? Yeah, we did.
Was that the woman you was with on Thanksgiving?
No.
Ooh, child. So you still sleep with your ex-wife. I don't know. You seem very transparent. How many women are you currently having sex with?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'll have to sit down and think about it. I know over the last month I slept with 7 different women, new women.
In the last month?
Yes, ma'am.
Keep caller, man.
Okay. And all these women know that you're sleeping with this amount of women.
I mean, they don't know that because they don't ask. I just give the information that's necessary.
Now.
That's fine. I'm living in my truth.
Okay. Willis Wilson said, facts, women act brand new depending on the guy situational. I can agree with that. I said that to you. I can agree with that. And that is a reason why. And again, I don't claim to be a dating coach, but when you talk to people for
That's not impressive, I mean, you're judging your value about how valuable you are to her, as opposed to judging by how valuable she is to you. A lot of dating coaches do that. That's why I couldn't vibe with Lucario. Like this whole like getting a herd of fat bitches and bragging, like to go around stunting with fat bitches is just, damn it. Damn fat bitch calling me. No, I'm joking about that. I'm joking about that. Hit the like button.
for almost 5 years, you hear men's assessment. And that's one of the things I hear the most is men get mad at women's standards because they feel like the standards only apply to certain men. So I've heard that before, and that's a point I will give you.
Well, I think guys who wait to sleep with women are weak. So I would call them beta males.
A guy that waits to sleep with a woman. So how fast should a guy have sex with a woman?
It's not necessarily a set timeline that I teach, but it should be what he wants. So like if you're trying to sleep with a girl on the first night or the second night and she says no, she's not that type of girl. For one, that's BS. She's just doing that to you because she don't like you. But
well, hold on. There are some women even that don't have sex on the first night.
Yeah, because they don't like the guy. That's the only reason they do it.
That's not true. You can't say that. That's not.
Okay. There's a lot of truth in what he's saying right now. There's a lot of truth in what he's saying. Women do know if they want to sleep with you, blah, 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 blah. I do understand that there is a certain amount of time that a woman, that some women need to feel like they resisted. They need to feel like they didn't just do that. And a lot of what goes on in relationships is really about making them feel a certain way as opposed to what's practical. I do understand that, but he does have a definite point, and that is when it has been made clear between two intelligent adults that the relationship has progressed into the sexual zone, and the time in which it takes to do that varies. If it's clear to reasonable adults that the relationship has progressed to this point, and she still hasn't, then that means that she's an unreasonable result. Now, what he would suggest is leave her at that point. I'm not a dating coach. You do what you like. What I have done, and in some cases I do leave, but in other cases, what I do is I drastically reduce the amount of time investment into the relationship until sex takes place. Look at it like a stock, right? So say you buy 100 shares of a stock. Let's just call it Widget Firm, right? And Widget Firm isn't doing too good. It's projecting low. It's projecting that, they're at a 20% down spiral. It's like, okay, so I'm going to not invest as much in this particular stock as I once did. But I'm still going to keep it for when it does pay off. So I like to take that approach from time to time, depending on how attractive the. Now, of course, he's dealing with fat, ugly broads, so that's just like his whole thing is different. But yeah, I don't do the 100% pullback, but it is a significant pullback once I know that she's sexually irresponsible, because that means that she's on some, to a certain degree, leverage the box shit. So I would leverage the attention.
I can't say it. It's true.
But there's women that are married to.
He definitely cooking. Women ain't making Chris Brown or Future wait past the first day. Okay.
men who they did not have sex with on the first night.
Yeah,
Like,
and hold on, Rick, I got you. And she leads the relationship. So I'm gonna tell you why. If he wanted to do it, that's an instruction or like a leadership. He was trying to lead it to the bedroom. She told him no. So once he did sleep with her, you can sleep with women like that. But what you're doing is you're submitting to women.
See, I agree with what he's saying here. Like I say, if I hadn't seen that he deals with fat women, because that is a submission. Let's be clear. Once you sign into that, that is a form of submission. Basically, what you have submitted to is like you are going to work hard to physically attract her, and she's not going to work at all to physically attract you. You have submitted. You've submitted to an inferior deal. You have entered the relationship through submission. Yeah. That aside, I'm going to ignore that for a second and say what he is saying is true. Once you agree to that, then you agree to a situation where she is leveraging the box on you. You're proving Steve Harvey right. Now, what I was saying when I say I would pull back, I would do so with the understanding that this will never be a relationship. This will never be a relationship. This is going to be a pump continuously until I'm tired of pumping and then dump. And really, that's just me chasing the time investment that I already placed in her. It's like, okay, I want this investment to mature, so I'm going to at least hit it 4 or 5 times before I bounce, but I'm not going to invest much more. That's really how that works with me.
So the whole relationship is already set on the foundation that you followed her lead. She told you when you was gonna get it. You did everything to get her. It's supposed to be the other way around. If you're the leader, she's supposed to be doing stuff to get you. So when you say it's time to go into the bedroom, that's when it's time to do it. If she doesn't do it, she's uncooperative. She's not submitting, which is fine. That's her right. But you need to walk away. That's what I tell guys all the time. And so what they don't realize is
this is America. Unfortunately, young men have to choose between cooperation and physical appeal. That's what it appears to be.
When you get resistance in the beginning from a woman, like in the beginning, you trying to sleep with her the first night, second night, especially knowing that all women, they done slept with some guy fast. I don't care what they say. The fact that she's doing that, she's setting the relationship up on her terms. You slept with her on her terms. That's a no-no. That's why she's never...
Sleeping with a fat woman, I can't let this go. I can't let this go. Sleeping with a fat woman is sleeping with her on your terms. Or, excuse me, is sleeping with her on her terms. Being significantly more handsome than she is pretty is her terms. That is a term. That is the first term that anybody, male or female, that is the first term that anybody, male or female, will set. Point blank, period. A man with, if he talks about what he wants, if she's significantly prettier than he is handsome, that is his terms. Yeah. I see where you're going, but what you said earlier just kind of negated everything that you're saying now.
Never gonna cooperate 100%. So you can get married to her, but she the one that's got the pants on in relationship. So I'm not trying to deal with that.
Okay, let me jump in. So I want to say this. I'm not a married woman. So the things I'm about to talk about are from successful marriages that are very close friends and things that I have learned from marriages. I really feel sad for this current generation because you guys really have no clue about marriage. Everything you just said is about leading. I pray for you in life that...
She's in her 40s and never been married. He's in his 20s and have been married. And she's saying that his generation have a problem with marriage. Strange.
No hardship ever happens to you because you're speaking like you're 24 years old. God forbid you get with a woman and you're up. God forbid you get into a car accident and you can't work anymore. That woman's going to have to hold it down. Marriage is a partnership. And this...
What the fuck is she talking about? What the entire fuck is she talking about? God forbid you get into a car accident. Now she's trying to get him to date down. She's trying to get him to date down. You need to get with such and such, because you might get into a car accident one day. Listen, there's no guarantee that a bitch is going to be there if you get into a car accident. You need to stop playing the field just in case you get into a car accident. What the fuck? If he gets into a car accident, he'd be the same position as if he didn't play the field. What she's saying makes no sense. She's just desperately trying to get him on the plantation.
This is what's being lost because men have these egos so much that they keep saying a man has to lead. Well, life happens. And as you live life, you're going to learn that. And things go up. You can lose your job. The girl got to hold it down. She can lose her job. You got to hold it down. That's what marriage is. It's a partnership.
Then what's divorce? A divorce is a bitch saying, I'm not going to hold it down.
It's about two people coming together to hold each other down. But a lot of this is being lost in this art because you, as a dating coach, are teaching men egotistical shit. And that's why I said you're not,
this is her trying to humble him. You're teaching men not to value themselves. That's egotistical. When was the last time you heard a woman tell another woman they should date as if they're going to get into a fucking car accident? When was the last time you heard a woman tell a pretty woman, you need to get with a stable guy just in case you get into a car accident? Notice how the men are the ones that need to be humbled. Notice that shit?
Listen, if you want to date, you're right, a dating coach. I don't see how you're ever going to last in a marriage with that mindset because life happens. There's no guarantee that God is not going to humble you where you're going to be in a position where your wife got to hold it down. So all this rhetoric about you being the leader is just bullshit. You want to find a person that you can rock out with life with.
She just said male leadership is bullshit. This woman is complete trash. And modern women are just like this. They're either, because she learned from her previous generation of trash and she's teaching the next generation of trash. That's what this is all about. Teaching Black men that they should not lead the relationship. And that there's some type of pie in the sky if you don't seek leadership. Oh, no, my friends are somewhat happily married, because the men don't try to dominate the women. Shut the fuck up. That is shit. That is bull crap.
And life goes up and down.
He is not
and this
listening.
Is why the internet has ruined so many relationships because that one piece people don't want to talk about. But I pray that you never have to experience hardship and that you can be this man to hold it down.
Why would you bring up hardship? And then I pray that you never experience hardship. Kendra G is trying to get him to take some insurance pussy. Basically, what she's saying is that you want to get with a woman who's your equal. That way, if you find yourself in a position to where you can no longer lead, because car accidents make a man ill-capable of leadership for some strange reason. Like a person in a wheelchair can't lead. Shout out to Professor Xavier. A person in a wheelchair can't lead. So you should get with somebody who's your... So what she's saying is that just in case you diminish, you should behave as if you are already diminished, just in case you become diminished. And then if you are equal to somebody, when you become diminished, then she will be your superior. But for some reason, she'll stay, because Black women always stick with guys when things are low. Yeah, rest in peace, Stephen Hawkins. Like, yeah.
As the way you're speaking, but live a little bit longer and maybe you'll learn otherwise.
Can I respond to that, or you want to keep going?
Absolutely, you could respond.
My response to that, and you might be a little surprised, I'm a lot more nuanced than you probably think. So everything you just said, there's nothing in there that I disagree with. But what I would say is how you start, right, is how you're going to finish. So from the beginning, when I hear you talk about leadership and like a woman holding it down for me and stuff, like, yeah, that's the whole thing. You would want a woman that would do that for you. Like, I'm not opposed to that. I have no ego, by the way. I have no ego.
The reason I went there and I let you talk and I got to jump in, that's not what you just said. You just said that a woman that does that means the woman's leading the relationship, and I will never let a woman lead the relationship. So that's why that's not true, because a man could lead. I'm gonna give you an example.
And that's what she's against. She's against that statement. I will never let a woman lead the relationship. She feels that women are the natural leaders of relationships. And that's why she don't have one. Because she's seeking a man that she don't respect. Her inbox is full of niggas that'll let her lead. Some of them even have money. But she don't respect niggas like that. So she's in a perpetual state of empty pussy.
I'm thinking of one of my friends married an athlete. So he's a million plus, right? When they got married, he got injured about a year and a half into their marriage. And then she had to step up. So he came in, if you want to say the leader, yeah, but then life happened. And not only did he lose his career, he lost the mindset. You know, a lot of things come with that. You know, the ego, the cheers. You didn't make it as far as you thought within your career. So you're dealing with just not money loss. But she had to step up and hold her husband down while they had to go through that phase in their marriage. So I would never agree with, I understand what you're saying as in leadership, but the people that I know.
So you should take a subordinate position just in case you get injured? I work at home behind a motherfucking computer. What are you talking about?
That are married, they have partnerships, and sometimes different people may lead in different parts of the marriage.
Yeah. So, and again, my articulation of it, I wouldn't call that leadership, but as far as like the specifics of what you're talking about, I think all of that is fine. All I'm saying is this: plain.
Look at Jonathan Majors. Press 1 in the chat room if you think Megan Good is the leader. Press 1 in the chat room if you think Megan Good is the leader of their relationship. She stepped up when he's down. Okay, we got 1-1. I don't know this person. How did she get a wrench? Okay, we got 1-1. Okay, 2. It's very likely impossible that Jonathan Majors is the leader of the relationship. Just because a woman steps down when you're down, that does not make her the leader of the entirety of a relationship. And you shouldn't be getting with a woman based on, you know, her ability to lead when you're down.
Plain and simple. If a guy's desire is to sleep with a woman on the second night and she says no, when we get to
she's his rock. Only crackheads follow rock. Only crackheads follow rocks. What the hell?
The bare bones of it, that is a woman being uncooperative with what the instruction that you're giving. That's as simple as what it is. And if you keep,
hold on, pause. I want to make sure I hear you clearly. So
yeah.
If a man wants to have sex with a woman on the second date and she says no, you consider that uncooperative?
Yeah, because he gave her an
So,
instruction.
okay.
She said no. That's
So
what that
on
is.
on the second date, whatever it may be, you feel as though a woman should at that moment, if he desires. Now, second date, she's not his girlfriend. She probably doesn't know what they're doing on the second date. She should be willing to have sex with him.
So this is where the overlap comes in, like the conflating what I'm saying, because what I'm saying is different than what you probably ever heard.
No,
So let me say this. No, I got you. I'm about to answer you. She does not have to do anything she doesn't want to do. What I'm telling the guy is she did not want to do what you wanted to do. Walk away. That's all I'm saying. She can do whatever she wants. I don't care about it if a woman don't want to do it.
So you're saying on a second date, if a guy wants to have sex and the woman says no, you agree with her right to say no.
Yeah.
But you are telling the guy as a dating coach to leave that woman.
Absolutely.
Well, now I understand why men are the way they are.
Oh my gosh. What way are men? But basically, he's right on this. And what she's not respecting is that he has the equal right to say no that she does. He has the same right to say no that she has. That's what it comes down to. They both have the right to say no, just like he okay, it's a no sale situation. You go to a car dealership and say, hey, I want to buy this car at this price. And they say, oh no, I'm going to sell it at this price. It's like, okay, no sale. He's like, listen, I want to hit it after second date. She says, no, I want to wait 90 days. It's like, okay, no sale. I agree with him on that. All right, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this off now, and I am going to continue it tomorrow. I'm going to do a show tomorrow, possibly around 9 PST, about 12 Eastern. Try to get it done then, because I'm doing good on work this week, so I don't have to wait till afterwards. At least I hope not, unless some shit come up tomorrow. But in the meantime, I want to thank everybody that participated. Let me see what these likes look like. Where these thumbs at? All right, let me get about 10 more before I go. Greatly appreciate it. And new subscribers are always welcome. All right. Anyway, go ahead and hit that Cash App Super Chat. Managers and moderators, those who are listening silently and those participating in the chat, make sure you hit that like button on your way out. This is GameChanger 00100. Game over. Peace.